Chalk it. Okay. Welcome back. I don't know what it is yet, but we will in a moment. In the meanwhile, Quers. Going back 13 years, this is a name. If you were around, you definitely would remember, and that would be Army Stinger.
Oh, Army Stinger.
Currently, he changed the name of his channel to James Tucker. I know.
He moved, and he is. What is it? He moved, and he's doing something else. I think.
Well, I feel bad. I don't mean to air someone's personal life, but I remember quite a while ago, maybe 8 years ago now, 7 years ago, him contacting me because he found his wife's dating profile on multiple sites. So that ended. And then he had some huge financial problems. And like he basically messaged me and was expecting me to like send him $300 or $400 or something like that. I'm like, dude, I have never lived the lifestyle of that. I've been really lucky and I've been really financially stupid. And after a whole bunch of years ago, listening to someone like him, for instance, that is when I made the decision. We made the decision, not him, me and Christine, made the decision that we were going to do everything that we possibly could do to get out of debt. And to this day, I carry no credit cards. I have my debit card, but that's just my money. It's not like I can go buy a Lamborghini because I can put it on my card and I'll get a bill. No, I will overdraft and I will not get my Lamborghini. And I can tell you, if you can do whatever you can do to get rid of credit cards, you will feel just knowing that. I mean, I know people that use a credit card to pay on a credit card to make a payment on a credit card. So, Army Stinger, 4,600 subscribers, 161 videos, and his last video was 11 years ago. Actually, all of his videos going back almost, I don't know what that one was. Going back at least 6 videos were all reviews on knives. Jim, I hope everything is going good. And
There's another piece too. I won the second AR-15. He won the first.
He was the first ever to win an AR.
Army Stinger. Yep. He was. As a matter of fact, the drawing took place at a Shootapalooza-ish type thing, and everybody wrote a name. You wrote the names of everybody on a round and put it in a bucket, and everybody would draw out a. So was it Chris who drew out the name?
Yes.
Yeah. I paid attention.
I remember that was another one that was controversial. I remember even
giving away an AR-15 not to me is controversial for everybody because they go, well, I didn't get it. I listened to you had a bunch of women who enrolled in it. You go, tell me this, tell me this, tell me this. You go, why do I want the gun? Well, here's why. They start acting funny. It's like, but you didn't answer any of the questions.
Well, I want to recap on what the exact rules were for that one. Everybody, I think there was 10 of us. As a matter of fact, the other day it was Black Rifle, Mr. Tucker, another Mr. Tucker, was one of them. We had 10 people that were involved. And it was, if all 10 of us decided on one person, we were just going to announce who the winner was. If it wasn't, everybody would take their decision and we put a name, and I think it was associated with a number
Yeah.
on a shell.
Yeah. Drop it in a bucket or whatever it was.
All I am going to say about that particular event is I felt that if all 10 of us decided on one person, everybody would bitch because they'd say it had to have been rigged from the get-go. What if all 10 of us had decided that Army Stinger was that person? Huh.
But it'll be funny if you went like this. If you actually had an AR, say, I'm going to give it away. All right, let everybody join and go. Now, since you all figure it's rigged from the get-go, I'm going to go ahead and just give it away and not announce who the winner was. If you won, you'll know. Thanks for participating.
Here's the thing. I'm at a point where it's probably never going to happen again, and I don't give a flying fuck what a single person thinks about that. I remember even Chuckles himself was like, well, Ben, 23 Mr. Cowboys said the whole thing was rigged. Oh, go fuck yourself. Like I said, if we all couldn't decide, there was going to be a drawing. If all 10 of us truly in our hearts had wrote down Army Stinger, and by a weird coincidence, we were just going to say, but it sounded rigged. So we went with the drawing. So
There you go.
to this moment in time, not a single rifle, pistol, anything that I have participated in was rigged in any way. And the funny thing is take a look at everybody that has ever won something.
Disappear.
But having said that, tell me one person that was truly a good YouTube friend of mine prior to them winning.
Only one, Neil. And Neil lost to me.
But Neil didn't ever win an
I
AR
know. He lost. I got that AR.
because I picked Neil. That his drawing wasn't a drawing. It was me and Nihap. And we were going to find someone. We put out the parameters for what the video had to be, and we had to decide. And Nihap followed his own rules. Me, I picked someone that was my friend. I didn't know who the fuck John Solar 283 was. And to be totally honest, evidently, I was doing it wrong. And this is exactly the phone call that I got. Eric, here's the deal. We wanted someone that was going to follow along. Neil basically put out a funny video. There was questions answered, but one person, his soul, answered those questions. And Nihap said to me, and this is exactly what he said, if you want to give that rifle to Neil, we can do it. We said we would decide. And since how you want Neil, I will simply go along with that. But I ask you, when we hang up the phone, that you go back and truly sit and listen to the responses from John. And if at that point in time you decide, I think he probably threw in something, the right decision, down the road, we will, either me and you, or we will ask like usual for people to donate some parts. We will build Evil Neil a rifle sometime down the road. Well, I went back and I watched the video, and I had to honestly answer the question. I was picking Neil because Neil is a good friend, and I had absolutely, until that contest, did not know who John Solar 283 was. So all those people that have always said, there you go, he's picked people as friends. Go fuck yourself. I sort of knew who Army Stinger was, but had never had a actual phone conversation with him. Didn't know who John was at all. I know I'm going to lose track. Fairly, Tara.
Tara Farley.
I,
She was there. Went, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Gone.
she's now on TikTok. She's actually big on doing TikTok and TikTok live,
What's she doing?
like homestead stuff and talk about how miserable her life is. Then there was Stalker Steve,
Yeah.
who I'll honestly say, like so many people have told me, if your relationship ended because you didn't take the time out in the pillage of trying to get to Jerry's house without having to buy a hotel and kill Christine and Jules because I fell asleep driving, I drove right past his house, evidently, and that ended our relationship. And everybody has said, then you were never friends.
That's right.
Can't help but believe that. So, again, the one time I almost rigged. You want to know what the true time that I almost rigged?
Yeah.
It was when you said, here's how you could raise some money.
Yeah.
Buy a $500 item, raise $1,000, give that away, use the $500 to pay down on your credit. I was very forthwith on that whole scenario. We did how many of those? 3 or 4 of those?
5.
5 of those?
The last one sucked ass, but yeah.
What was the last one?
We lost all the money. I lost the $750. Remember they confiscated it?
Oh, okay. Well, one of them, it must have been maybe going on the 3rd one or the 4th one. I happened to have one of my children say to me, you won't let me enter. And I said everybody would call fall. She goes, well, that's bullshit. If I want to spend the money, buy the raffle tickets, put my name in the hat, and if you pick me, it was destiny or whatever you want to call it, my luck. I didn't let her 3 times in a row. She was so pissed off at me. Finally, I said, fine. We drew that as a video. We weren't live. Me and Christine did it as a video, and I drew Samantha. And I was going to throw her name in the garbage and turn the camera off and start all over again. And Christine goes, how is that fair to Sam? Just like you told Sam that she couldn't be in because it would look rigged. When you finally let her pay the money, have the entry, her name is in the hat, we reach into a 5-gallon bucket and pull her name out of there. How is it fair? How that would truly be rigged, wouldn't it?
See, the thing is that everybody who doesn't win was cheated.
Well,
everybody who doesn't win was cheated. That's their mind. That they have the mindset.
That's-
And there are people who can enter something 50 times. They don't win once. But look at Jim. How many times did Jim enter? He didn't win.
you know what's funny? On one of them, Jim had hundreds and hundreds of dollars. The day that led up to that drawing, that me and Christine printed off every name, cut every name out, and put it in a
fucking put it all together and send it to you guys. Yeah.
put it in a 5-gallon, a full. It looked like paper mache city was ready to. That day, every time I walked past that bucket and I reached in for the giggles of it, pulled the name out, I must have jinxed Jim. You have no idea how many times Hornet Fixer I'm like, oh my, he's going to win this. He's got so many entries in there.
He didn't win.
I think there's hundreds of Jim entries.
Yeah, he didn't win.
And yet he didn't win.
But the best part the best day was the day that Jim did win. He won Ed's gun. That was like just watching him, like it was hard to he was having a hard time. It was because I mean, you're talking about, oh, I want that AK, loses it, spent a lot of money, loses it. Then he wants the pistol, spends a lot of money on it, and loses it. And he wants this one. He wants this one bad. It's bad. He spends a ton of money and he loses it. The next time he didn't spend as much money. He only spent a little bit of money, and it was Ed's gun, and he won it. That was pretty cool. That was actually very, very cool.
Yeah. So, how many 30 minutes has gone by? The whole dissertation, because Army Stinger says, awesome review, Ben. Well done. I love the info. Info on it in the description box. And that was Ben reviewing Young's Double Chocolate Stout. That is a very good beer. First in was Rich Huff, saying cheers all. Bad says first place, Rich. Then Smile Money says here. Joey Cuz says, are you sure? What the fuck?
What?
Smile Money to Joey. You know, this is like when, and if he's watching, my buddy William, not Willwood 487, but the infamous cameraman for 22 Blinkster. He has gotten a lot better, but I remember the days where if he says, how, or if he said to me, how is the weather? I got 5 texts. But he's gotten a lot better about it. I didn't even say anything. Maybe he caught me saying one of these. Smile Money says, Joey, I'm grounded and always know where I'm at. Laugh out loud. Bad says, yes, you are. Cheers, Smile Money. Sub-comment. Joey, not first, but I am here. Cobra says, finally. Smile Money says, you do not have to be first. Glad you're a regular once again. And Bad says, closer, but no cigar. You have a beer, though. Cobra says, Smile Money, more fiber and Joey's diet did the trick. And then Cobra says, the Bad, smoke them if you got them. Okay. So before I continue reading, what is it that I'm reviewing? He'll get to the end of the thing and he's like, oh, I completely forgot. Sierra Nevada's Big Little Thing Hazy Imperial IPA. I want to say that at some point in my brewing, I may have reviewed this. Maybe not the hazy, though.
It's juicy.
9.5%.
I was wondering, why would you say anything in a can is juicy? Doesn't that kind of like, what is juicy?
As a precursor, Sierra Nevada is not one of my favorites. They're kind of like Leinenkugel. There's this thing at the end of the taste.
Well, let's not set it up with a predestiny here. Let's go ahead and.
And it is hazy.
Yes, it is hazy.
And I have not gone upstairs because my laundry basket, as usual, only made it to this floor. Which is kind of funny because it's been in the dustiest room in the house for 2 days. So I just wear it inside out. So yeah, there you go. Look at that. Tiny bubbles. And
It's an Olight.
Wow, snob. It's an Olight. You can.
Well, now I have to finish it. This was the second one Amanda gave me. See how it's all worn?
Yeah. From rubbing it?
No.
Oh. What was the first one?
It was she was not happy that she got it from me. It was one that you have to have that's the special one, the little one, that baton there, the tiny one that half-assed like, well, why don't you get a battery for him? Like, have you seen the price of the batteries on this motherfucker, man? That's the half double A.
Oh, that's that C2 or CR2.
It's fucking like $7. It's like, who wants a flashlight this big that you? This one at least takes a double A. I was like, I'm good with that.
I have to honestly say, I do not daily any flashlight that cannot be recharged. I mean, look at what has gone through while I've been here. Even though I've been starting to get to the point where I hate the night core.
All my other Olights are rechargeable. It's just these T5s, if they don't have the AA recharge battery, that special one that you plug the battery in, this is the original one, and it didn't come with that recharge battery. But the baton, the little tiny baton, had that crazy ass battery on it.
she may or may not watch this, but I have to give credit where credit is due. The warrior that she gave me in Arctic white is a fucking. I use it. It's on my bedside stand, and if something goes bump in the night, the flashlight ends up in my hands. Or if I have to do something in the bedroom, it's the one right there next to the phone cradle.
What?
Yeah. It's a beautiful flashlight.
It's a nice one.
But I have this thing about, it's like I realize that I'm gonna die. And my children are going to get a whole bunch of really nice flashlights that don't look like they were ever used. And I've been trying to get over that and carry more knives. I mean, McLean can even take some credit for this because he's like, start carrying your paramilitary too from Spyderco. And I do carry it. The thing is out of the box, maybe one of the wickedest sharp knives that I have. But I have the one that Amanda, the one that you gave me is just such a beautiful flashlight. If I purchased another one,
you use it, but you keep it nice.
it gets used. It's just it's not with me on this trip. Everything that's with me on this trip
gets beaten.
It's if it doesn't come home with me, it served its purpose.
Here. This is me. This is me now.
This has a lot of tropical fruitiness.
I'm gonna slam your ass. But Amanda, I carry the knife and the flashlight every day, even when I'm working. I'm not like him.
Wait. I love Amanda so much that I don't want to do any damage to the non-knife and the flashlight she gave me.
You're a fucking suck ass.
And it came with this. I even added a little tongue to the rim. Cheers.
Fucking ass hat.
I'm going to blow 9.2% beer out my nose. Okay. No booziness, no alcohol warming. It has a sweetness, but it's doing what Sierra Nevadas always do. Right at the end, that's weird. It must be triggering multiple things on my tongue. It's like the outside of my tongue feels like a runway with sweetness on each side, and then a serious bitter on the back of my tongue. But it has a weird, almost, you remember that zebra bubble gum?
Oh, yeah. It's a fruit stripe.
Yeah, it has that sort of flavor, which I guess is better than going, oh, it tastes just like pineapple like all of them do. But no booziness, no alcohol warming, which is pretty impressive for a 9.5%. I like the front end of this better than the Juice Forces that is in Matt's Daily Drinker. Matt's Daily Drinker is a 9.1% beer. Good job. Mine, on the other hand, is this, and due to health and losing weight, I'm actually considering instead of having brew reviews, having water reviews. Actually, half of everybody hearing me say this follows because of the fuckery and me, and most of you guys aren't even drinkers, let alone beer drinkers. So I know after doing 30 days of no alcohol, I didn't lose any subs, or should I say, I didn't lose any people that mattered. None of my family and friends. But yeah, I can't help but wonder these.
Well, you've done well. You've stretched a 30 rack out for a week, which applaud. Most people don't think a lot about that. So, but let's do the math. 3 times 7 is 21. All right. Now you're looking at a little over 4 beers a day.
Oh, I tell you, some of these days,
a little under. Yeah. You're a little under 4 beers a day. little under 4 beers. But I mean, there are, some days you have 1, 2, and a drink. Some days you have 3 or 4 beers. Some days you have 2 beers, and it just depends.
I have to say a few of these days that by the time we get around to having a beer, it sure tastes good.
Yes, it does.
Okay, smile money.
But the hard stuff is wound down. Oh, and big day today. Took possession today. He did get to see it. The freeze dryer is here. It's a big ass sucker.
It's only a hair. It's bigger than one of my little fridges, but it's a little bit smaller than a washing machine. It's like if you took 6 inches off of a dishwasher, it's that size. And it's pretty impressive to see over an inch of acrylic, clear acrylic, to form the door to handle the vacuum that. And of course his, and we brought it in there. His came, they gave him an upgrade to the big pump.
The vacuum pump is about this big with a big stack on it. This is way more than anybody uses for refrigeration or any of that. This is.
I'll put it this way. Not on a bet, but if it was out of the box, it has a big handle in the middle of it. It probably would have balanced and would have been. I could have carried it, but even though it's heavy, you probably would have wanted to carry 2 of them so you didn't get knocked over. It took 2 of us just to bring the pump into the room where this is all going to be. And it was a serious 2-person dolly to get the unit itself in there. It's a beautiful thing. If we have the chance, we are running out of time, but if we have the chance to somewhat put that room together.
Yeah, it'd be nice. So at least even do the bread run. You always turn it on and do a bread run. You take a loaf of bread and you fill up all the trays and you do a run of the bread. That gets any of the smells or any of that stuff all out of the system and all that.
Well, either way, I'll get to reap the rewards of the machine because I get to participate in the video.
Yeah.
Put together a meal that you would normally think would survive, like lasagna, freeze dry it, put it in the mail, send it across the country, and then I do a video of reconstituting it and eating it.
And no refrigeration was used.
All I know is if right now I was on the phone, I'm going to pick on you, Christine, because I know how this would go. If I said, I don't know how it's going to happen. If you have to give a limb, we need to get one of these machines because of what it's capable of. I think it makes a vacuum sealer look like a joke in comparison to what it's capable of.
The vacuum sealer, you need it still. Even for this, you need it. Because what happens is let's say you do just a whole ton of even garlic or peppers or whatever. Having a good vacuum sealer so you can stop it. All right, you need to be able to draw your vacuum, then stop it ahead of time, like doing moist stuff. You don't take hamburger patties when you vacuum seal them and run them high and smash it flat. You don't do that. You run them till it starts to vacuum, and then you go ahead and seal it. Doing that allows you to store. That's how you get 30 years out of whatever. You do that. They also sent me an industrial food sealer. My 60 days has started, though. We have to have the video done in 60 days.
All I can say is to be able to say have your spices.
Yeah. And the funny thing is if you put in, as long as you take care, you don't destroy it. That's why a lot of people do it in the jars. So let's say you had parsley, but very vibrant green parsley. Very, very vibrant. You put it in the machine, you freeze dry it, it'll freeze dry. When it comes out, it's vibrant green, just like it was when in. As long as you don't crush it. If you crush it, it'll go to dust. But if you leave it alone, you pick it up and you gingerly put it inside the jars, you put it away, You come back later and you mist it with water and let it just start to, it'll go right back where it was. A little wilty, yes, but you'll have that same parsley taste. It'll look just like it did before.
Well,
Some things you can't reconstitute because they're not possible, like ice cream sandwiches. You froze it as ice cream. If you put the water on it and reconstitute it, all you're going to have is two soggy cookies and some.
yeah, you have to eat it in that state.
Right.
And we have a box somewhere that we still haven't even tried.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah, it's true. We do. We got to do that next time.
Now, obviously, this would be a dream that they're so impressed with our video that, crepe, if I could afford it, I'd even be willing to, say a deal on one of these machines, because I might as well turn the Ebomi channel into something other than what it is, because it's not going anywhere as a gun channel.
No.
They've made sure of that.
Yeah, you won't do anything.
Turn around and take the Mr. 10 millimeter bullet channel, change the name to something a little bit different, because they allow you to change the name and start actually doing the freeze-dried stuff. But actually, we've watched a lot of freeze-dry stuff, and it seems like they all have one thing in common.
Yeah.
He's like, there is so much shit that you can do with these that people do not realize. I mean, how would you like to know that you had food, not in a deep freeze, not in your refrigerator, but you could actually store stuff
Anywhere.
on a shelf in your basement, that's food that's good for 30, longer than what my life
And it
span
tastes
will
just
be.
like what. But the nice thing is when you buy like Mountain House or any of that stuff that stuff tastes like shit. And a lot of times, if you read the directions, like one of their noodle ones, they'll say, make sure you heat it up and cook it for 12 minutes. Pasta that's freeze-dried doesn't take 12 minutes. When you look at it, realize they didn't freeze dry. This is not even a freeze-dried meal. It's just it's like Knorr, buying one of those Knorr packs. You got ripped off. You just paid $10 for nothing. But if you, like, say you took meat. Now, fat doesn't freeze-dry as well, but but take the 30 years off the table and increase it to 5 years instead. You know what I mean? You can take meat. If you do like hamburgers, easy, because hamburger is washable. I know it sounds weird, but it's a fact of life. A lot of people actually do it anyways right now. They strain the fat off.
I run hot water over mine.
Right. Once you do that, you can freeze dry it now. You can now freeze dry that meat. But imagine having actual hamburger sitting on the shelf. It's just sitting there. It's in and you vacuum seal it in your bags. All right, and that's it. Now you're like, hamburger was on sale for $1.99 a pound. That's when you attack when you have one of these, or right after Thanksgiving. All the turkeys go down, whatever. Chop up the turkey. Birds like that. Once you can cook the bird and do it. You can leave it raw and do it. You can freeze dry raw stuff. They have steaks. You want to see something cool, guys? Go online and watch somebody freeze dry a raw steak, and they reconstitute it and take it out to the fucking grill. I'm not kidding.
No, needless to say, our conversations with this, I would love the opportunity to actually get to play it with something like that, because I would rather do that as video content than, I'm just so sick and tired of the way YouTube treats me. Smile Money, I'll leave it to someone else to mention the John's presentation once the lights came on. I'm trying to erase the memory.
Oh, this is the plumber moment.
Smile Money. Oregon, where the cattle, pigs, chicken roam free. Someone is eating too much soy products up there. Smile Money. 80 degrees today near Philadelphia. So that only meant yard work. But I did get some good old natural vitamin D. Smile Money. You kill a beef cow, you should use as much of it as humanly possible. My wife works with a woman from Russia. She saved the turkey carcass from Thanksgiving for her to make soup.
Lots of people do.
That was my grandma. Hemp seed has a dark side of the moon and a bright side of the moon, I think. I don't know.
What does it say? It says
Just that. Whatever. Doesn't even say what it is.
well, it's a circle with a black half and and a yellowish half. It could be her version of yin and yang.
Wade, snow season has officially started in Dixie. Green snow, that is. Gilliland 426, who also has a new Tac Pack Plus box out. And I can't say that anything in it was really worth a shit, but the plus was the laser, the laser from. Why am I drawing a blank now?
Firearm laser.
I do. It's the laser training course.
Oh, okay. That's the same one you have?
I basically work for them, and I can't remember the name. Pathetic.
Oh, wow, that's the you got that whole system.
Yeah, all of them, except for the new one, which is the gun does the blowback. They said they want to send me one, but they're so behind on customers' orders. Whatever. Hempseed. Yeah, you all mean boys. Stop your picking on John.
Yeah.
Smile Money says it just shows we care. Salty, who also had a video up trying to figure out why his latest bike
Number
23 isn't running right.
And I'm curious, where the hell do you park all these things? I may not have a lot of experience in the world of being married.
But 23 bikes.
But 23 bikes, I tend to think the other half might have something to say.
He says, nothing is impossible. The word itself says, I'm possible and naked.
And naked.
Audrey Hepburn.
Oh, bullshit.
Cobra says, and we always have breakfast at Tiffany's.
Indeed. That's that stupid song. And I said something, breakfast at Tiffany.
We always have.
I sounded like a bird there, didn't I?
Smile Money. Nice speech. I call bullcrap. We are all past our rights being violated. Crickets. Eric, you would not need 25 10mm handguns, a $15,000 rifle, or $4,500 rifle, or a frickin' $350 target camera system if guns were not also made to enjoy and have fun with. Stop making excuses. Enjoy firearms on Sunday. Cobra says, boom. Sanctioned boom. Smile Money. Joey. Cases of bull meat. How would you know it was bull meat? These parts are cut out by the time they get sent to the meat store, laugh out loud. I am an equal opportunity eater. Black Angus or white Colaris, heifer, cow, steer, or bull. It's all the same on the inside, laugh out loud. Joey said, it had pictures on the box. I'm jealous. Cobra says, hello there. Cobra. Subcomment. EMT Rail Fan, without disclosing top secret information, is John located near Brownville, Maine?
No.
I watched the Brownville Deer Pantry on there quite a bit, pretty much as a screensaver slash background noise on the TV as I do other shit at home. The pantry just said that the other day they will probably be shutting down for the season soon because of natural brose becoming available for deer with the melting snow. Swamini says, have you ever watched Jim Houston Twin Eagle Ranch? The YouTube channel, he feeds his deer and brought in some big rack genetics. His only big ones died from blue tongue or never made it back from the rut. He has deer, turkey, and elk at his front yard feeder. There's a guy that's on TikTok that basically just yells, and there's like 50 deer in his yard
I told
that he
you
feeds.
about that Warbles On guy. He's a liberal whack job. He lives in Australia. I've known him for a long time. I've talked to him many times. He's even got a video out of him shooting a sheep with a bow and arrow, screaming at me, drunk out of his brain. No joke. He's like, "There you go, John Sutter. I shoot things too." And it's like, you just killed a sheep for walking past you. We were talking about firearms. He's like, "What are you going to do with it?" "We don't have firearms here. We're not allowed to have firearms in Australia." He has an old barrel that's welded. It's like, "Well, I do." "You and your crazy ass." He gets all wound up. And I'm like, "So what's the problem with it? You guys go out and shoot everything in sight." And then I see a video of him killing a sheep. Then he's like, "So I killed it, yeah." John Sawyer probably get all screaming and yelling at me. He's feral. It's feral. It's like, the thing walked past you. You fucking shot it for walking past you. They get all wound up about these sheep that become, I guess, wild. So they want to kill them all. It's like, you guys are a little, you guys have your own issues, okay?
Cobra says, bright lights and John's butt crack. This is Maine. Smile Money says, you saw that? I had flashbacks of Milwaukee boy. Cobra says back to him, just say no to crack. Smile Money says, laugh out loud.
Yeah.
Cobra.
My apologies.
Snow and wind here again. Oh, he said he had over 100-mile-an-hour winds out there today.
Oh.
Smart Money, John and I are in 100% agreement with the Utopia beer. Now, Eric, maybe you would be in a better financial position if you wouldn't have made purchases like $257 beer.
I would agree with that.
Wherewithal be damned.
Wherewithal.
I didn't buy it. I'm just saying if I could afford it, I would.
But the $40 4-pack he did buy.
I'd buy more of those.
That's a problem.
I should have taken NIOP up on his offer.
See, when a 12-pack costs $120, that's an issue.
Even NIOP said, if you need some sponsorship on some of those
But the difference between sponsorship...
120s.
Yeah, but sponsorship in your mind and sponsorship on his is two different ones. He's joking because he wants the 120s. You think sponsorship entitles you to drink them.
No, I think he wanted to buy a 4-pack so that I could drink them.
No, that's the problem. See, he didn't want to buy a 4-pack for you to drink.
Well, what's the point of sponsoring it then?
He wanted you to buy the 4-pack for him. You already had one.
No, he didn't know I had it yet. I said, no, I got it.
Oh, okay.
No, he's not like you. Okay,
let's look at the facts, shall we?
I take that back. No,
there's one person in between the two of us who sucks at picking beer. Sucks, and that's you. You are 100% fucking fail. All of mine have been good. All of yours have fucking
I didn't
sucked.
try to go top notch. I wanted 4 days of worth of material for under $18. It's not my fault that you had a 100% off coupon for it.
Doesn't matter. You picked. No, listen.
They did suck. I'm not arguing
listen,
that.
Listen, you did not pick wisely.
These are not the beers you are looking for. These are not the beers I'm looking for.
No. You did not pick wisely.
Cobra to him, or Cobra, skip a day of beers and buy a lobster roll.
No. Skip a month of beers and buy a lobster roll.
Cobra's, when he says to Cobra, that would screw up the entire diet. A 30-pack of beer weekly is essential to Eric's metabolism. Cobra says, just a little top up. Hey, this is 2.1. It's time for a little top off. Okay. Cheap old gun guy. Takes courage to grow up and become who you really are. Mega. Then he says, the last Democrat I aligned with was JFK.
Indeed. That was the last Democrat there was. Then the liberal sensation happened, and liberal extremism took over.
He says, but don't worry. I got my head on straight, and I was a Goldwater fan at 7 years old.
There you go.
Mega and MAGA. It'll never fucking end, will it? Multi-gun man. No whiskey. Well, I guess an IPA is acceptable in the absence of whiskey.
I give you the IPA.
I was going to bring the whiskey in here, but after this, I
right now
probably don't need it.
Requires 5 minutes of cleaning.
Yeah, oh. Can you imagine what would happen if you by accidentally turned a leaf blower on in here right now?
Fuck. You would not see us, I can guarantee you that.
It's a wait up. Where'd they go? McLean, Eric.
What you did there, Eric would run for the fucking fridge. Make sure this doesn't turn off. I've got beer in there.
Yeah, make sure the compressor is all good.
Clean the coil.
McLean, Eric, I crossed the line. I'm sorry. Can we move past this?
Oh my fucking God.
McLean, we need Pam to work her Benchmade magic at Springfield Armory.
Oh, is that? Wait, is that what we're doing now? Pam's like doing deliveries and stuff.
Well,
guys.
Unfortunately, I'll have to wait till I get home to see the latest one that she got me. But yeah,
You know what that's called, right? She's luring.
The infidel.
Oh, here. Oh, shucks. The next one's at the house when you get here. And when you get there, then it'll be, you know what? I don't remember what it was, but if that was fixed over there, I'll bet I could probably find it.
I bet you it's in the garage that we can't get into because there's 5 feet by 10 feet of snow in front of it.
The door was open this much a crack, and we didn't want to have the snow go in, so I threw the knife in there. I don't know why, but I did.
You realize?
Close the door, so if you want the knife, it's in the garage.
You realize just in the time that I've been here, my knife collection has gone up by 5. That's physically here 5. I need a nice day though.
Tools went up 1, 2, 3.
Tools went up
4, yeah, 4. Oh, and the old. By the way, you can take a brand new DeWalt 18-volt saw that used to carry the NiCad battery pack, and you can run it on lithiums with an adapter head, and it works.
And if you're persistent, you can then take the adapter that changes it from a NiCad to a lithium and adapt it again over to a Makita 18-volt and run that same saw.
Yeah, but eventually when the battery pack says and you're like, No, hold on. No, I got a little. Can we? Here, hold the batteries while I run this.
Well, the problem is I know my collection is rapidly grown on things that run on the DeWalt battery, but I still only own one.
But you have the adapters.
Yes.
So now you have 5 amp hour batteries that running DeWalt and all that. But you got the biscuit joiner.
Well, the latest was the biscuit joiner, and he gave me a brand new. Granted, it doesn't necessarily look like it because it's been in his possession unused. The blade still has the yellow paint on it.
Since 1999.
It's fucking 27 years old.
Yeah.
So I powered it up for the first
They
time.
handed me the brand new. They handed me the brand new 18-volt DeWalt kit.
Oh my God.
That's back when you didn't have an impact. You had the driver, you had the drill driver, they called it, the circular saw, the flashlight. I don't know what that was about. You had the battery charger and the 2 batteries. So I got the 14 volt, the 12 volt, and the 18 volt kits given to me. They gave me the new Porter Cable Tiger saw. I got the, well, I say new, it's back then. I got the biscuits. They were just really pushing in biscuits. I got the DeWalt biscuit, and then and I also got the impact. I gave him a beautiful impact drill, but it has obviously fallen or something like that, and it cracked. We had to lay it to rest. That was 27 years old.
So you're
This
telling
thing's
me
been sitting around forever.
see, there isn't even any scratches.
Yeah.
So the problem is this battery looks like this with a battery attached to it. Not gonna do it. I told him he might as well throw it in the garbage. Then he goes, but go see if you can get an adapter. So here is the brand new DeWalt batteries on this.
Now, granted, it's an older saw, but it's still brand new. I mean, it's like brand new.
McLean, hang on to your juice bag. Then you take the Makita adapter. But wait, maybe you have a Milwaukee. Just kidding.
Wait, and back to Nike.
By the time you get over here, it's the fucking battery that originally ran it.
But in this configuration that it's at right now, it's, even though it's 27 years old, but it's brand new. It's well, look, showing the blade.
Yeah, it has rust on it, but it's not been cut. It still has the. John's like, you can take it and use it when you're doing your demo.
Yeah, just like for demo. It's perfect for something like that. Well, you know, when you're chopping up shit, you don't want to, you know.
Well, my other one has a $70 blade on it. Mm-hmm. If I'm gonna do repairs on a floor and I need to cut a section out, I know I'm gonna hit a nail.
Oh yeah, that's perfect right there. And people will laugh, and you go, yeah, but "This is actually new, idiot." The sad part is I had a really expensive the impact. Remember the impact? He's like, so this is brand new. I'm like, yeah. He goes, it's good. It had a crack. It must have fallen or something.
It would have been an awesome beater drill, but it has the
aluminum housing,
the die aluminum or whatever housing, and I go, that's kind of a weird pattern on the side of it. And when I grabbed it, I by accidentally flexed it a little bit. I'm like, son of a bitch. This is actually, I probably still usable. Halfway through, it's gone.
No, it's gone.
So the only other possibility is the little saw.
We'll get to it.
The problem is there's a car in the way.
It's an electric car.
Which also runs off of this Makita McLean.
Technically, it is a lithium-powered car.
Just a few more. McLean says, I need some kind of mat as soon as possible.
Matt.
McLean, I'm with Joey. Lighten up. Tomcat. Greetings, Captain. Greetings, Tom. At this rate, I'm only bitching because we have tried now for 3 weeks to watch one movie, and
Pass out keeps happening.
Paul from PA Brew News says, "Cheers, all! Great brew." That was on the 90-minute IPA. It is the Dogfish Head series of the 60, 90, and the 120s. I mean, I've been in possession now for what, 5 weeks, and I haven't had one yet.
I still don't quite understand the 60-minute, 90-minute, and 120-minute.
It's how long it's hopped,
Oh,
so it gets more intense.
All right, there we go. I couldn't figure out why would it be like 90 minutes of what?
If it went the other way, 60 minutes should be the most intense one. After drinking one, don't plan on doing anything after 60 minutes. The lighter, just kidding. It's actually the opposite of that. Joey, Smile Money. It's not called mood lighting. John pulled out the extension cord from his neighbor's house, or the timers are activated. Din, you mean the neighbor caught the solar using an extension cord plugged into their house again and turned off his light, or turned off his power? Your neighbor has done all but bring an extension cord over here.
Yeah, they stay quiet and they stay over there. Especially if you or half-ass show up, they're usually just
Hey, John, you have one of these in the collection?
every fucking time, man. He'll walk out that door and have I go, here, check out this, and I'll be like, whoa, and
The neighbors, it's like,
I'm out of here, quickly get in the car. Shh, don't say anything, get in the car, quick.
Joey.
I got your ladder still. Gonna bring that back one of these years. I got your ladder.
I mean, what kind of a brainchild comes over to your neighbor's house in the dead of winter saying, the power's out. Could you put this in your freezer?
Exactly.
Because your house is running on a generator. Wait a second.
Why would I
In the dead of winter, you couldn't figure out how to keep your food cold.
I'm like, get a trash can, put it out back. What the fuck's the matter with you? Get a cardboard box, put it out back. No, you can't put it in my house.
You can easily use my front porch as a refrigerator all winter long because it may not be
How
35.
Can you live somewhere where it's cold and you can't figure out when you lose power how to keep you from losing the. It's not like there's bears romping all over the damn place in the dead of winter. You go, come on.
Joey says, build a vault room with a secret door to the kill room. Much cheaper than buying more safes. Cheap. Like how Mr. Scholowitz likes it.
Solowitz? You got to get better at the nicknames.
Solowitz.
My mailman showed up the other day. And I was like, "What, we got anything?" He's like, "He goes, just for me." He goes, "Yeah, I got nothing for little shekel save over there." The mailman says that shit.
Joey, you're not thinking creativity. Yeah.
Creatively.
Yeah. When using a come-along to pull up a 800-pound safe, you just need 5 friends that equal 800 pounds or more, and use them as the anchor. No need to mess up a wall. Pay them in beer.
Somehow or other, I don't think that's going to work well.
That Joey. My stack on 24 gun safe was around 400 pounds. And fortunately, the door came off of the trip up the stairs to the bedroom. That was an adventure. No remodeling was required, so that was a plus. I used to have a safe in our bedroom closet, but the bedroom closet is like that when you're walking down the stairs from the This wall, this little part of it is inside of our bedroom, and this little part of it is where the closet is.
That's my bedroom closet right there.
It would be kind of like
That's my bedroom
that
closet
right
right there.
there.
Yeah, that's my bedroom closet right there.
That's where I had a safe, and the wall is like cracking. So I decided not to keep the safe in that. It wasn't the 795-pound safe. It was the one that actually right now
But
is used
now that's
for
going to be tightened up, and all this up here will become this whole entire living room right here is my bedroom upstairs, and that's the closet. But now that'll be the guest room number one, and you're in guest room number two.
or it could be my room. I'll bring
You have
I'll,
resided in that room.
I'll bring a +1.
You
Smile.
last time you brought a plus one, you and Christine, you resided in that room. It was what, 3.5 years, almost 4 years ago.
Smile says, my wife already picked up a variety of 6-pack of various local IPAs. I know you have not did a review on these. I don't know anything about them. All Pennsylvania beer. 3 of them were from Fermentorium. That's kind of a cool name. Fermentorium, just up the street. Not a brewery. That is just not a brewery. That is just not hipster enough. John will be proud my wife got her restaurant discount.
Good job.
And then he says, then my daughter had a meeting across the border in Delaware with no sales tax and picked up some other PD up from Scotland.
Some whiskey.
Picked something
whiskey.
PD up from Scotland for the Philly Brew Review. Another saving strategy.
Yes, good job.
Have family members bring it. Smile Money. I agree with you doing the work thing now. I said continue that work thing once you leave. Well, as long as I can make the date for my flooring customer, which I've already set a date. I told her that I was planning on being back in Duluth by March 26th, which gives me, I hope, a 3 or a 4 day positive window for me. That would include me spending a couple of days at Rich's. I know he mumbled something about what was on the honey-do list. I don't have a clue anymore. There was alcohol involved. Bad says, greetings, Captain. So I guess, yes, what I Smile Money, I agree with you. When someone says to me, you need to get your company to make money. Well, I'll be at Rich's for a couple of days making money. Well, if you were home in Duluth, you could have taken the job. But I wasn't home in Duluth taking that job. I was in Maine doing a job.
Which got an extension for more money.
And then got an extension for more money. And ended up with a bonus of several power tools, all of which will be used. I remember this one time at band camp. Mike says Spicy V8 needs to put in ghost peppers, habaneros, triad scorpion, etc. That would make a better Spicy V8 to me.
But you also take your entire customer base and you're going to, for that particular Spicy V8, you would then narrow it down to a select few. As opposed to people that like, a mild hot sauce type.
Like Mike in Indiana.
See, I would not ever get something that was like ghost pepper and all that. That's not my thing.
Jake, the K9 Angel, says, can you ever taste after drinking something like that? And Mike says to him, me? Yes, I can. Then Mike says, I would say bring me back some of those fiddle variety beers, but I know that won't happen. That's because I'm driving right past your house, Mike. I'll wave, crack a fiddlehead, and drink it on your behalf.
But if you're waiting, that can could be tossed with a little backwash in it.
And yet, after all that, Mike will still be my friend.
Yeah.
He'll actually pull up the side of the road on the freeway and go, he was honest.
Yeah. And then what'll happen is he'll mount the can on the wall. There'll be 2 little lights on it and all that. And he'll be like, I remember the day he showed up. Get a t-shirt made. I saw you and all I got was this lousy t-shirt and this empty can.
Matt Davis says, yep, tomatoes. That's what they are. Wink, wink.
Maters.
They are tomatoes.
Well, we'll tell you what. You decide what they are, and they'll be that to you.
That's right. It's your own little tomatoes.
That's right. Just remember that tomatoes are a vine, and this is growing like a vine. What?
Just blocking.
Blocking what?
In case you look closer at your tomatoes.
Oh. It's such a fucking ass hat.
Where's your
No, ass hat.
just Jew it.
Oh my God. It's over there.
Cover the moon. And Matt Davis, you had the last comment going to the club, because I'm sure this one's well over an hour, but try to imagine how little I care. Okay, let's go roll back until we hit 13 years ago. And we are going to mention one. 13 years ago, another person that's fallen off the planet, Grub Cat.
Oh, Grub Cat.
Let's see. First, we're going to do the research on when Grub Cat last did a video. He has 3,600 subs, 133 videos, and his last video was Boomsticks for Kids 10 years ago. Those were those Nerf guns.
Nope.
So, Grubcat has not participated in the video world in 10 years. But he said to Ben on the Breckenridge Vanilla Porter, I have not sampled any Breck beer, but I have sampled the snowboarding. A beer after shredding the gar always hits the spot.
They're talking that
So,
snowboard language.
Grubcat, if you get the heart, I'm back. Do a video. Bad says, howdy, Clippers. Howdy, Bad. Smile Money says, here we go. Cheers, Clippers. Cheers, Smile Money. And I am looking forward to, again, is it going to be on one night or is it going to be two? I will leave that up to Pete. If Pete's got a family hospital thing going on, I don't mind hanging out. My whole, like I told EMT, my whole trip back is very fluid. Again, maybe I have too much fun in New York. I hope the kids bring me back to the Eagle, one of the coolest frickin' bars I have ever been in. Rich says, cheers, clubbers.
Members only.
Members. Yeah, when you got a card in, no swearing. I didn't make that fucking mistake. Cobra says, club. Sam go. I told you that, though. Sam goes, and you cannot lay $20 on the bar to prepay. They'll take that as an offense. 10 minutes later, I hear her go, well, that's fucked. I go, she goes, no one heard me? So that makes it right?
Apparently in Sam World, yes.
Well, it worked. Cobra with the last comment, I'm jumping back in the shower, but I'll be thinking about you guys.
And now, is he going to complain about his own self showing his crack? I'll bet not.
I bet you not. Okay, that clears us back to 13 years ago. Now, let's look at the actual video.
And we are live.
We start by sorting by newest to see if anything was stolen. Cobra, give John a wet one for me.
Yeah, okay.
Joey, You're just happy that John fiddled your head. I mean, gave you fiddle heads.
Oh my
McLean, I'm always worried when his gets held. I don't like. I don't like. Have you shake your little tushy for me, John?
God.
He was getting a little mouthy about getting your glass.
What the fuck?
Is all I'm saying.
What the fuck? I said, get your own fucking glass.
Count of four, and a count of four. That is everybody. Just to be thorough, I need to tell you what I think about this as I check the club one last time. Nope. Lights green. Traps clean. There's so many IPAs on the market. I would not get this again. But it's if it happened to show up in my refrigerator, I really don't have any complaints other than that sweetness is not tropical fruitiness like most of them are. It almost has a candy-ish thing, which I only get on the sides of my tongue, and then I get that kind of bitter. I would give this a 7.5. If you are
I said 7.
if you are hop curious, you might even want to try this one because even though it's a big ABV, it's not really terrible. That haziness and no, on the second pot, don't do it because you're a wussy. Just kidding. I would say give it a try. Other than that, we will be doing one.
How is it juicier?
I don't know.
I don't fucking understand. That's a stupid statement.
How
I get it's bigger, it's hazier, okay, but it's juicier. How the fuck is it juicier? It's a can of liquid. How the fuck is it juicier?
for God, just show us your butt crack.
Oh, suck it.